So first we're going to start off with the neuromuscular junction. So this process takes place at the nerve cell and the muscle cell. So when an action potential comes through the nerve cell and hits the axon terminal, it's going to cause voltage-gated calcium channels to open up, which bring calcium into our axon terminal, which trigger these vesicles full of acetylcholine to exocytose out of the axon terminal into our synaptic cleft, which is the space between our nerve cell and our muscle cell. So within this space, this acetylcholine is going to travel down into these acetylcholine receptors, which are on our muscle cell. And once they've attached right here, we're going to open up these voltage-gated sodium channels. The sodium came from the synaptic cleft also. This sodium is going to travel through the muscle cell and down into what we call the T-tubule. In this spot, it is going to trigger more sodium-gated calcium channels to open up. And because the voltage-gated calcium channels are connected to our ryanodine receptors, this is going to cause our ryanodine receptor thing to open too. And these are attached to the sarcoplasmic reticulum, which is full of calcium. A lot of it is stored there. So this calcium is going to travel out to our sarcomeres, which are the functional units of our muscle. These are our myosin and our actin. The calcium is going to attach to this myosin, and we're going to have muscle contraction. This calcium is also going to be recycled and brought back into our sarcoplasmic reticulum to be used again. When we want to relax our muscle, our calcium will stop attaching to our myosin, and acetylcholine enzyme is going to break down acetylcholine so that it stops triggering this whole process again. If I were to have a patient who had some type of metabolic inflexibility, that would mean that they would have a lot of cortisol and they'd have a lot of trouble doing this process. They specifically wouldn't be recycling their calcium, which means that their muscles are going to be weaker and have a lot harder time contracting.